Hello, Dave Dog here, back for Bradford Park Avenue Road to Glory 10th season. This is episode 6. We're going to start off showing you the under-18s who have wrapped up their league in record time. 27 games played, 25 wins, 2 draws and no losses. Look at that, we're 26 points clear and we've already won the championship. So it's not just the first team that's playing well with this tactic. The under-18s, the manager Ashley Jackson, this is the second time he's actually won the league, won it a few years ago, doing a good job. We've renewed his contract for another year and that's the prize for doing so well. So on to the first team then, let's see how we've been doing. So we're putting another good run together. We've now 12 games unbeaten since we lost to Guiseley in the league. And the last game we saw was the 1-1 draw away at Fylde. Zach Scott getting a late equaliser, 72nd minute. We then played the following Sunday, Banbury at home there in the playoffs. And it was a 0-0 draw, disappointing that. And led us to dispense with the 5 at the back. We went back to 2 centre-backs with a 4-1-2-2-1 formation, which has changed throughout the games following to more like a 4-1-2-1-2, which is basically a 4-4-2 diamond, but a little offset with the attacking forward in that Trusty loves that shadow striker's role, and instead of being right behind the forward is offset to the left. So it's called this 4-1-2-1-2. After that, we've won 5 successive games pretty narrowly, but we have been scoring more goals since we dispensed with the 3 centre-backs. We went to Darlington and it was an easy win, 3-1. Trusty, a hat-trick, and it should have been more than that, but happy with that 3-1 win. Then Lowestoft at home, Lowestoft near the bottom of the league, and it was a pretty tricky game, but we came through 2-1. Westwood with a penalty on 60 and Donaghy with the second on 80 minutes. We then had a tough game at Southport, if we remember. Guiseley slipped up there and got well beaten. We managed a 2-1 win. Trusty scoring just before half time and Greenwell making it 2 on 53 minutes. Then we had Kings Lynn at home. Kings Lynn have always been a bogey team to us and they're sitting in mid-table this season, and the formation there is showing as a 4-4-2, but again it was a variation of the 4-1-2-1-2, what they're calling it. Jordan Westwood scored from a cross from McIntyre on 3 minutes, and again with that game we should have scored more goals. Kings Lynn really weren't in with a shout, but it's always dodgy when it's 1-0. So back up to 4 figures at 1,015 for this game. The second highest crowd, just behind the Scunthorpe game that had 1,029. So things are looking up on that front. And the last game we played was Hitchin away. Hitchin again near the lower reaches of the table, and it was just the 1 goal in that one. Jordan Fury, I'm just going to show you this one. Another candidate for goal of the season with one of his free kicks. This one well outside the box, wraps his left foot around it, and again top corner, keeper no chance. So that brings us in today's game against Kettering. They are 4th in the league, but they've had poor form of recent times and we're top of the table now. We've just lost the 1 game. Guiseley have been slipping up because they've been in the FA Trophy and falling behind in the league. We are now 7 points clear, 14 games to play, so few more wins and we can start dreaming of the championship. But let's have a look at how we're going into today's game then against Kettering. And a few changes since you were last with us, one of them being the right wing back being Jamie McGee. He came to me and said he wasn't happy not getting any game time. Last season he was more or less our regular left back, and I tried him in this wing back position. He played well in the first game, whether that's some kickback from I'll show you and keep me out of the team. He got 2 assists, some good crosses. He's fallen off a little bit recently, the last couple of games, but we're continuing with him in that right wing back role until we find somebody else for that position. Florio and Sams pairing up well in the central defensive, and McIntyre has come in on the left wing back. Claxton form had dropped off a little bit, and McIntyre had been coming on a sub and making an impact, so he gets that role. Fielding has also come back. He came and said, I'm not playing. He wasn't in the squad at all most weeks, and new signing Frankie Edwards has not got up to speed as yet. Not playing really poorly, but not showing a great deal for his experience. So Fielding has come back in the last couple of games, back into his deep line playmaking role in front of the two central defenders. And he links up well with Greenwell and Fiora in midfield. So we're more or less back to our 4-3-3 formation that we used. McIntyre's pushed a little bit further forward on the left. Up front, Westwood, Donaghy and Trusty in just behind them. Them three, as we can see by the lines on the graphic there, playing well. Everything is going better than anyone could have expected. So we're going into this game against Kettering positive. We've been playing more positive recently and even attacking on some games. On the bench then, we've got Claxton, Atwood, Frankie Edwards, Keenley side, and new signing Stephen Humphreys, 34-year-old. We've got him in as a backup striker. He's got lots and lots of experience, 2.5 star. He's saying attacking midfielder right there, wide target forward, although I've used him in various positions. I've used him there as a striker and as a number 10. A well-travelled striker. If we look at his previous form, he's not played at this level ever and played higher. It was League One Crew last season, didn't get a game. Prior to that, 8 goals in 16 games. A reasonable goal scorer at that much higher level and has played games in the Championship. Similar to Courtney Baker-Richardson, who we had last season, an experienced player who will help us out. And he got an assist on his first game, which happened to be the winning goal. More to come from him. 4 appearances, 1 assist, and a 7.1 average. So a good signing on a free, pretty low wages, £300 a week. All the board are saying it's too much. For that experience, he could well be a very important signing for us. So let's get into this game then against Kettering and see how they're lining up. We've got 5 motivated players before we do the team talk, and we're not going to go with Gianluca Haven. We're going to go point finger and say the recent form standards have us Kettering in 15th while we're first. Let's show them why. And that's inspired a few more. Let's get into the match. See how Kettering are lining up. It's a straight 4-4-2 for Kettering. We've not suffered against this formation like we have in previous seasons. Kettering 4th position, some 17 points behind us. To kick off then, and we are definitely the favourites for this, winning our last 5. They have won 1, drawn 2 and lost 2 of their last 5. Odds on favourites us. Nothing happening so far, and we're going to do a shout. We don't know whether they work, but we continue to do them just in case. And an early yellow card there for Florio, and 1 reciprocated for them, but nothing much in the game. No shots from Kettering, and we've only had 1 on target. Here's our first highlight in the 30th minute, and it's Kettering on the ball. Here's Dyer outside the box, plays it back. We're looking solid in defence, and here's McKay coming through and shoots in. Not very solid, letting him run like that. And Kettering take the lead in the 30th minute. He scored his first ever goal for Kettering Town. How often does that happen in real life? It always happens in football, man. Look at the gap there. He drove through and slots it in the far corner. We're behind. Let's have a shout again and encourage again. Look at that. We've dominated the game. If you look at the momentum on the right hand side. And here's our highlight. Are we going to get back in this game pretty short soon? There's McGee. Heads it to their player. Florio picks up and we've got the ball again. Greenwell plays it through to Donaghy, but more to their defenders, and it's Kettering coming again. And this is going to be a kickback game, isn't it? We've been doing so well off camera, and what's going to happen today? We won't be able to score, and Kettering are going to take the points. Let's hope not. McGee plays it forward. Donaghy challenges, but Kettering defender wins that. And Westwood is running around all over the place. Get up front in that box and score some goals. He's thinking he's a playmaker today, I think. Here's Fiora. Fiora's got some lovely free kicks this season. Westwood takes him on. Brought down, but Trusty finishes it. Goes on and finishes. We don't need the free kick for the foul on Westwood. And it's Trusty. Brings us back into the game on 39 minutes. And with a well-taken goal. Let's have a look at this again. Westwood was stripped just outside the box, but Trusty ran through, slots it in by the post there. Keeper, no chance at all. 1-1. And we're back in the game. And can we get a lead before half time? Trusty and Westwood. And Westwood's down again. Is this going to be a yellow card? It's a red, is it? He's off. So they're down to 10. Giving the treatment to Westwood. Mitchell, 2 yellow cards and is off. So half time, it's 1-1. We'll have to see how they're lining up and see if we can make some changes. Look at this, nervous. Florio's nervous. He's on a yellow card, that's why. McIntyre apprehensive. I'm going to say that. Keep going, we can win this if we work hard as a team. Point finger. And that's motivated the forwards. McIntyre and Florio, let's have a word with them because they're apprehensive. Pump face. You just step up and show everyone expected to win this match. Keep going, you have the ability to make a difference. Go and prove it. That's not had any effect whatsoever to the nervousness and apprehension. We'll start the second half then. And how are they lined up? They've brought one out of the midfield. They're still playing 2 up front. So it's a 4-3-2. So we should have a bit more room in midfield. McGee into Donaghy. Back to McGee. Put one of those lovely crosses in you did in the first game there. Fiora plays it to Trusty. Trusty out to McIntyre. He's joining up with the attack now is McIntyre. Can he get a cross in here? He does. And it's Trusty again. He's having one of those games. He's Trusty. He either scores loads of goals or he doesn't, and he puts us in front. And well taken goal and a great crossing from McIntyre. He is a winger by trade, but we're playing him as a wing back. Gets the crossing, Trusty, lovely header, guides it into the far corner, and it's 2-1 against 10-man Kettering. And we're keeping going. 6 wins on the bounce. Is it going to be 60 minutes? Let's have a look, see if we can make some changes. Florio still nervous and yellow card and 6.5. So we're going to bring him off. We're going to bring Atwood on for Florio. I'm just going to move McIntyre further forward with them having 10 men and play him as a winger on attack. So that boosts our midfield up. So just that one change then. On the other side, we'll make McGee defensive. So just that slight change there, and Florio coming off for Atwood. We're in control. Look at that momentum. Well in control. 13 shots, 7 on target, and only 0.25 XG for Kettering. We have another highlight here. It's a Kettering throw, and they're not going to come back into the game with 10 men, are they? Get a tackle in. O'Regan plays a ball through, and Clayton's in the middle, but Atwood clears that one. Brilliant header from Atwood, showing his worth there. Seems like the subs, when they come on, have a point to prove this season, and we've got a much stronger team, much stronger squad. Greenwell's in. Westwood's in. Was he offside there? Don't know. The referee's backing off there. No, it's a goal. Westwood, 22nd of the season, that one. He's our top scorer. He's going for the highest ever record. And where he's going to win this. Yeah, an easy finish for him. Took that one down from Greenwell. Greenwell certainly got a few assists this season. Was he offside? Ooh, he looks it there. No, it wasn't Westwood. It was Donaghy that looked offside, but probably not interfering with play. They've keep moving their man around at number 10. And 83 minutes. Let's see if we can make some changes and freshen up. It's saying Donaghy has given everything. Yeah, Donaghy, poor, 7.1. Let's bring our new man on, Humphreys, Stephen Humphreys, and we'll play him as a target forward to support Westwood. No, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to make subs for the sake of it. So just the one sub, and we should see out this game. 16 shots, 8 on target. There could be another one here. Free kick in. Sam's heads it across, but penalty. Dyer pushed Atwood. Oh, I didn't see much there. And it's a penalty. Westwood to increase his tally to 23 goals. Should do. Left foot blasted in. And does it say? Yeah, 24th actually. I've missed one. 24 goals. He must be getting close now to that record. I think Jim Sims, I think it was, that got the record. Around about 25 or 26. So what a signing he's been. But the press keep asking if we're going to sign him permanently. I don't think there's much chance of that. We haven't got any money at all, and we certainly can't sign any more players. Wage budget is, I think we've got about £80 in the wage budget, so we're not going to be signing anybody for any amount of money, probably a loan if we get anybody. But don't think we need anybody. Fielding's been robbed there though. Clayton's away, he's on his own, he's against two and shoots wide. No chance there shooting from there to beat Macaulay. And 5 minutes of added time, but look at that, 17 shots we've had. And it's a corner. Could be another consolation here. Where's Macaulay going? Missed that one altogether, but headed over. And the final whistle goes. A comprehensive 4-1 defeat, helped by the fact that they had 10 men for the second half, scoring 3 goals in the second half, and Westwood 2, Trusty 2. A really, really good performance. We just can't do anything wrong at the moment. I just can't understand it. It's this 10th season, I think. Westwood getting the man of the match, 8.5, but really good performances all round. Just Florio at 6.5. He was nervous or apprehensive, so just a bad day at the office for Florio. Yep, everybody's extremely delighted. How did Guiseley go on? I didn't see any scores coming up, but it looks like they've won narrowly, 3-2. Still, the 7 points clear with 13 games to go. Everything's fine. And I just can't believe how easy it's been this season. You usually get a defeat against a lower team, but we're not. Just that one defeat, that's just Guiseley, they've got the number on us. I did say in an earlier episode that I thought we'd played them and drawn at home, but we haven't. We've got them to play still at home. 4th match from the end of the season, and let's hope we can wrap the title up before that. So I'm going to play quite a few games through. I'm not going to say where I'm going to come back. I'll just play it by ear. If it looks like we're going to win the title, we'll come back for that. If not, I'm going to go right through to this Guiseley match in April. So if it's still up in the air by then, 4 games to go, so we'll need to be 12 plus points more, another 5 points. Yeah, we're going to come back for Guiseley at home unless it looks like the title's going to be wrapped up before then and Guiseley blow up. They are, as I said, still in the FA Trophy. That could be taking a bit out of them. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Any comments you want to make, tell me why I'm doing so well. I just can't understand this at all. First in the league, we're walking it. Something's bound to go wrong. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Dave Dog. Goodbye for now.